Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Come on. What's happening? What's happening? What it do? What it do? Hump day.
Hump
Hump day.
day.
Which means it's tea time. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get things back on the road. We got training camp. We're going to, get into reacting to, what I'm saying, Raheem Morris's interview, and he has some interesting things to say. We're going to get into, you know, uh, you know, the, the film of Kirk in practice and, getting in work and, and dominating that leadership role and, getting it in. Oh, we gonna say what's happening to the people. What's happening? Say what's happening to the people. Say
What's happening? What's up, y'all? It's been a long time since we done been on Wednesday. It's been a long time. Long time. Life been lifing. That's all I'm gonna say. We trying to make a comeback. But all that matters is we here, baby. That's all that matters. Uh, bear with us, y'all. Sam having some technical difficulties at the moment. Um now I guess we'll talk about training camp, and they finally put on pads a couple days ago for the first time, and they've been looking good. I ain't gonna lie.
sorry, having technical difficulties over here.
Yeah, Dirk Cutter over here trying to uppercut people internet and shit. So yeah, while Sam is getting his stuff all together, um, there's been quite a few people that been showing out at camp these uh, first couple days, and I've been hearing that the coaching staff has been, eyeing on Braylon twice. I hear that he's been turning some heads at camp, and he might be the most NFL ready to jump in there as far as then, our young guys go. And when we drafted him, I knew from the get go that he was going to be a problem because I watched tape on him soon as, when we drafted him, or not even before we drafted him, I was looking at tape on him, and his pressure is something else. And once he the tools, and once he brings it all together, and gets through the rookie hump, or not hump, but the rookie process, as my brother Juan would say. Once he gets through that, and the game slows down, he's gonna take off.
I'm taking it that you're talking about Mr. Phoenix.
No, I'm not talking about Mr. Penix. Nice try.
You talking about Dirty Curd?
Nope, I
You
ain't
talking
talking
about
about
Dirty
Curry.
Curd?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
I,
All right.
I I was talking about Braden Trice.
Oh, we're talking. You're talking about defense. Oh, first.
I'm
Right.
sorry. Have we
Hey,
met?
look, I'm.
Oh, about to come on.
Back dealing. As far as the defense is concerned, I
Yeah, excuse us for a minute. Sam over there doing his iRobot im- imitation. He fucking all up. Like, yeah, exactly. Anthony White, hit Dirk Cutter tearing his ass up. Like, he just won't leave us alone. He knew that this our first day back, and he trying to fuck us up already.
look. The meat of the show is basically about the interview with Raheem. You know what I'm saying, on the pivot with the guys. Um, and and the thoughts that he shared on how this team is, how the distance they have to go, and what are they gonna do. You know what I'm saying, with preseason is concerned. Um, I think he pretty much said everything that I said a whole entire month and a half ago. For the most. But as far as setting the record for what kind of identity that they're gonna have, he said it's totally up to the players, which means how you perform. It was gonna be your identity. So hey, you know, um, I don't know how much of that interview that you saw, but if you did, saying you could share some thoughts, I'm just preventive maintenance because I'm having real technical difficulties over here.
Well, from what I got from that interview, he's not going to allow the outside noise dictate what the success of his team is going to be. Um, he's going to allow, like Sam was saying, he's going to allow his team to go out there and play and earn the respect of their peers, the people around the league, the talking heads, whatever you might want to call them. And he knows because he's been around this league for some years. And if you just go out there and give it your all, then everything you want or you're striving to get is at your fingertips. Like everything that this team is striving to be, striving for greatness. We're trying to get back to that, what we was, back in the '90s. You know, gritty defense and having a loose environment in the locker room. That's what we're trying to get back to. Yeah, yeah, Mucho. Mooney out there showing out. I can't wait until we do these joint practices next week to see what he looks like going against other DBs, other than our own. But yeah, anyways, what I'm saying is everything like okay, we don't we don't know what this team is gonna look like. But if we all come together and play as one sound team, one hey, look, it's like Nick Cannon said, and one band, one sound, and drumline. I know it's a cliche, but it still look, it still goes to this day. If as long as we play as one sound team, I don't think if we can just proceed the hiccups that might come throughout this long NFL season, the sky's the limit for us. And John, I've been seeing that Ray his his quickness and ability to find the ball, and get his way, how he gets open is something, something else. Like his speed come I can't wait until we see him coming, on those end rounds or, you know, or even those toss plays coming out the backfield or whatever, he is going to light teams up this year. It's just, I think we're going to see Ray Ray like when he was with San Fran. They had him all over the field, in the backfield and slide, all over the field, running end arounds, tossing out the backfield, all of that. Remember Jimmy Fredette? Oh yeah, what's happening, my brother Juan? What's good with you? So this is what I was alluding to earlier. I think because all of our, draft picks from this year can all be impact players, every last one of them, because we have veterans on that, not even just on the defense, but we have veterans throughout the team that can, show in practice or on film, or even those, those iPads that they have on, on the sideline. And even at practice, they have those, those jumbotrons where if you make a mistake, you don't have to wait until you go to film study or, or look at it later on. You can look at it the next, as soon as you get off the field. Bam. And you have players, veterans there to teach you, as well as our coaching staff that can show you what you're doing wrong, and and not just tell you what you're doing wrong, but show you, you know, how you can do it right, how to get it right. Don't just, tell me, oh, you look like trash. No, show me why, why am I looking like trash? Georgia, Texas boy, what's happening? What's happening? And South Side, yes sir. Hamilton been looking good on that defense, bro. That people don't talk about that pickup. It was a sneaky good pickup for that cornerback spot, and not a lot of people are talking about it. It's going down to the wayside, and I think that move is going to pay dividends for us come later on in the season because you're going to need veterans in that back end, just like we seen with Jesse Bates last year. You're going to need veterans to hold down, hold it down for you in the, the latter parts of the NFL season, because we all know that this NFL season can be long and grueling, and it's a marathon. We all know this, and you need those, man. You need some those veteran guys to show up for you when you need it the most. So look, guys. Don't wait till the end of the show to put your questions in for us. You can drop them anytime. We'll try our best to answer them to our best ability. Well, so my brother Sam is having some technical difficulties, as you guys already know. Um, so bear with us. You know, everybody knows. I'm not too. This is a new for me. Trying to do it on my own. What you think about Arthur? Pretty much said he and Kurt was aware they were choosing quarterback, but not number one. Well, I mean, I think, yeah, I know for a fact that they discussed it afterwards because we all seen that. But if I'm Kurt, you had to know that it was going to happen because this is when reality sets in. You're getting older, right? You're basically on let's just call it a 2-year deal, basically. So let's think. We have, you know, a veteran quarterback that basically could, get us back to the playoffs, what we're striving for. So, and next year, I think the quarterback class might be a little bit better, but we don't plan on being in that position again for foreseeable future. So why wait? I mean, at first, I was a little, unsettled by it. You know, I was taken by surprise. But once you sat back and actually thought about it and think about, you know, what this team could turn out to be and the landscape of the NFC South going forward, it just basically, the sky's the limit for this team because we now could potentially have the best quarterback room for the next 10, 15 years. And when I'm looking at these other, quarterback rooms within our own division, I don't see that. I mean, yeah, I don't really believe in the El Pinto over there in Stanky Town. I don't believe in him. Um, and Bryce, unless they, they gotta, unless they show me, in actual games that their offensive line has, improved. I don't think that they're gonna, they're not gonna go anywhere. And then I I'm not gonna say I'm like I raised my eyebrow at at Baker because he can dice you up if you let him. Trust me, we've seen it. But again, their team like from just based off of what I was seeing last year, that team is one dimensional. Unless they show me that their run game has improved because they were horrible at running the ball last year. And look, they they were lucky to get to 9 wins last year. I think, and this is not just me being a homer or, but I think we have the better quarterback, the better running game. I know we have one of the deepest front sevens in this division. Um, we could potentially turn out to be the best front seven in this division, but it 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 de- it depends on if all these working parts come together, you know, to form a machine. As this coaching staff has, talked up, but until because I honestly believe Kirk was a big shock about it, but not really mad at it himself. All he could do was say, well, they did say they will choose a quarterback. Yeah, I agree. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, you can't really be mad about it. And I mean, he was, just like, look, because me and a couple of people were at the bands, you know, when I picked one in, and we were all we were all shocked. I mean, I expected us to go defense, but I think he's looking at it logically, like some of us do, where they don't just look at it, as going after the popular, okay, yeah, do we need do we need an edge rusher? Yeah, but why not just, why just go after this one guy? Or how about this? We get three or four other guys later on in the draft that could, form into what that one player could be. So I understand, you know, that he was shocked about it because I was too. But it is what it is. You know, we every player, especially veteran players, should know that this is a business and it's for it's entertainment. So you got to know that sooner or later they're going to draft your replacement. That's no, that's history. Period. Point blank. So, but I'm glad because I don't want us to be in the same predicament that we've been in for the past 2 to 3 years, where we're in limbo. Like, we're gonna have these bridge quarterbacks, but we don't really have a long term plan in place for what if. Yeah, mucho. I agree. I mean, yeah, I know he didn't know. I mean, hell, they said that it came down to right, you know, right when they was about to pick, and they seen what was around them. What? Okay, what's still on the board? Okay, how is this going to affect our team right now? Are the pieces that we are eyeing later on in the draft still going to be there? So, do we really need the chance going after this defender, as great as he may be, because I wanted him too, but potentially we could have you know those guys already in place. Like, this is going to be one of the most difficult um, training camps that we've had in a long time, because we have so many names. People, players that have names for them. That have made names for themselves throughout this league. That we now, and along with these young guys that we have, it's gonna be tough to make this team. Like, you gotta show out. Period. Point blank. You gotta show out. Day in, day out. And I'm just not just talking about on the field, in the classroom, off the field, whatever. Like, you gotta show out. You gotta show that you're dedicated to maintaining this excellence on and off the field. And if you're not showing that, look, like, we love you. We appreciate everything you've done for us, but I'm sorry. We, our best of luck to your future endeavors. All due respect, but Uh, I am saying he expecting to see Kirk 3 to 4 years. Um, could be, but I mean, do we really want our first round quarterback to be sitting that long? I mean, unless uh, it could turn out to be where you bring in, you let Penix come in either next year or the year after, and you have Kirk, you know, and second string sitting behind, Penix. If you know, but then again, um, Kirk said that if he doesn't feel like he can, you know, live up to his his standards of a starting quarterback, then that would be the day that he retires. So it's a fine line. Is you know what do you? I don't know if he's gonna. It's tough because do you want to mentor a young quarterback and sit behind him willingly, or are you gonna be better? Like I'm not gonna say any names of quarterbacks. I'm not gonna name drop. Um, like certain quarterbacks have in the past where they drafted young quarterbacks and then you seen on broadcasted that you're not really. I mean, so what that they don't tell you that they're going to draft a quarterback. So what? So I don't know. Like it depends on how well Kirk is doing and how he feels about doing that. I mean, would I want love for Kirk to stay here for the next 3 to 4 years? Sure, why not? Hey, Miss PJ, how you doing? What's going on? My brother Sam is having some technical difficulties with his internet, so I'm trying to stand in for him, per se, and usually I'm the co-host but I'm trying to, do it on my own a little bit. I'm just it's like a trial run basically. That's what I'm talking about. So y'all remember to drop y'all questions in whenever you want me to. So why the shade on Dirty Kirk Cousins? Well, I'll tell you why. Even though he's put up numbers, and you know a good amount of playoff games that he's played, especially with Minnesota. But it's all about narrative. People they portray him as being not good, not good enough to, you know, take a team to, the next level. But the part that they leave out is running game has been extremely shaky, um, sometimes non-existent. Um, Wide receivers sometimes don't catch the fucking ball. Um, as well as I, I mean, it's been a couple of times where they had a good defense in the regular season, but come postseason, they forget how to fucking play. So you can't really pin that all on Kurt. Yeah, he gets all the when you get all the blame, get all the glory. When you win, you also supposed to get all the criticism when you lose. But it's not all. You have to you got to break it down. You can't just oh, this is it, this is how it is. No, you have to you got to put in the work and ask yourself you know why did they lose this year, this game? Was it really Kirk Cousins' fault, or hmm, did his running game you know just go off the rails? Did his defense even show the fuck up? You have to ask, ask these questions. But you're only going to ask those questions if you really want to know the answer. Some people they don't want to know the answer. All that matters to them is what what narrative matters the most to them. And let's see. Mucho says for Kirk to stay 3 to 4 years, I think he would have to make second round of the playoffs this year at least. Next year, make championship game. Third year Super Bowl. But it could happen in any order. It could, and I'm gonna tell you what's going to determine any of that order right now. It's gonna be our defense. That's gonna determine everything. This offense could be outworldly. It could be out of this stratosphere. You know, where Kirk and the run game. But if our defense does not show up like you know it's supposed to, or like they're forming it to be, to do, then we're not going to go far. This offense could be, you know, as great as they can be. But if this defense does not shape out to, we don't need you to be, Baltimore Ravens great defense. We just need you to be at least, I'm not going to say we need you to bend the but don't break. No, but what really matters in this league is points, especially in the red zone. You can get as many yards as you want to within the 20s, so be it. Have at it. But if we don't allow them to score, just like we did last year, if we don't allow them to score in the red zone, it's not gonna matter. So, and also we have to get more turnovers. That's imperative. We have to get more turnovers. Whether that's in interceptions, fumble recoveries, um, sack fumbles, and our pressure rate has to, be at its best this year. So I think that's what's going to determine whether we make the playoffs or make the second round of the playoffs, go to the Super Bowl or championship game. It's going to determine on our defense. That's what it's going to. And Miss PJ said, I'm happy that the Braves brought back Steller. I am too. I'm glad that they brought him back as well. And starting, well, the game about to start in about 5 minutes. Um, he's supposed to be hitting leadoff today. So we finally get to see him back in the Braves uniform today, and we need the help because we've been lacking hit slugging. Our slugging has been lacking. We're not look we're not the same team as we was last year. We all know this. We can't hold them to that standard, you know, because the injuries that we've had this year, we should be grateful to even be still over 500 because our pitching staff has they have saved us so many games this year where our offense has been horrible. Like even just getting you know, playing ABC baseball, you know, laying down a bunt, or we've seen it. We started seeing it more this, within the past, few games. But before then, it's been non-existent. I mean, we keep when we have runners in scoring position, we keep trying to swing for the fences every time. You don't need to swing for the fences. How about you sacrifice or shorten your swing and try to get a single or a double. Shoot for the gaps or shoot for going over there on the first baseline. It's wide open, but you have to be looking for it. Xavier lit me. What's going on, bro? Welcome in. Mooney, like the two wide receiver, but maybe number one. I don't know. I don't know about that. I think he's gonna have to take that crown from Drake until he, because yeah, Mooney has put up the numbers with in the past with another team, but until he shows that he can do that here, that's still gonna that has to be Drake's um, role number one. Let's see about whatever said. What's going on about whatever? Only way we make the playoffs is if Kirk don't blow all of our primetime games because they is against key opponents and his record is in primetime is horrible. If the offense is solid, we are going far. This is that can be true as well. I'm not saying that that our offense is not going to matter, but um, it's going to determine whatever happens in this season. It's all going to come down to our defense, especially our front seven. If our front seven is not getting after the quarterback as we should be, then whatever the offense does is not going to matter because we can't stop anybody. Period. I mean, we've seen this hell 22, 21. We've seen this happen where yeah, we can get a sack here and there, or get a turnover here and there, or get a turnover this this game, and then next game don't do anything. It has to be consistent. We're gonna need our defense to step up. At let's see, the Phillies have been losing lately, and somehow we are still in the division race. Sammy, yeah, I agree, Sonya. Um, look, this is my my thought process. If I'm focusing on the wild card. If we catch up to the Phillies, so be it. Great. It'll be just like 21, or it it'll be a masterpiece. Great. Like I want that. But what I don't want to happen is if we don't get it, we're like a hot air balloon where we don't get this, so now all the air is out, and I don't want us to do that. I do want us to strive for getting uh, going for that division title because I want to keep our streak going. But hey, whoa, Southside. Whoa, I just realized Ray Ray and James Washington were both on that Steelers offense with Big Ben. Yes, they were Southside. Nobody. Hey, look, I'm telling you, bro. That is a sneaky good signing that we did. James Washington. If he can just be, half of what he was, it with with the Steelers, and bro, I'm telling you, bro, he has the potential to he can elevate that whole room. I'm look about whatever. So Drake is the one, two should be Mooney, three, uh, two should be Mooney, three should be Pitts, cut Ray Ray, and dude, we gotta. I don't know if they're gonna cut Ray Ray, bro. I'm no. But it's gonna be tough. Like you gonna have to like I alluded to this on Twitter. People like Josh Ali, these other I don't want to call them no names, but people that really haven't made a name for themselves per se. They might be dead weight. Go ahead, like hey, or what like we would call them camp bodies. They just there, to compete. I I heard he was getting majority of the looks, but yeah, it's day one. Yeah, it's day one. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. It's still early, bro. Like, just give it time. We'll get there. Our defense is a top team unit. We saw that last year. All we did was upgrade the the key factor is Kirk and coaching. If they look good, we're gonna be all right. Look, I'm not about whatever, bro. I agree. I agree with you. I'm not saying that doesn't matter. I'm not saying that having a having a good quarterback and having competent coaching does it's not gonna matter. But what I'm saying is you can have that, but if you don't, yeah, we know what we did last year on defense, but it has to translate because we're playing a new defense this year. It has to translate, to this year. Doing it on the field. We know what we could be, on paper, and what we saw a snippet of what we could be, a glimpse of what we could be last year with our defense, but it's gonna have to translate to this year because we're not we're we're playing in a new defense. So we're gonna have to let's see. We good. The whole team is united when you have Jesse Bates talking and watching film with Kirk Cousins. That says a lot. Speak volumes. Yes, I agree. I agree. You have to. I agree, PJ. You you need your leaders on both sides of the ball, to coexist and to learn from one another, and have a unified understanding of what each other is seeing, and that's gonna be the betterment you know for come later on in the season. It's trash. Well, I mean about whatever. I see what you're saying, but Ray started showing out when he got the when he got the San Fran. He really started to show out because look, as much as I hate Kyle Shanahan shit, Kyle Shanahan, whatever you want to call him, he knows how to scheme people open. This guy that we brought here, that Raheem brought here from LA, knows how to do the same thing. So I'm gonna trust that he can, you know, get. He knows how to get Ray the ball, and from what I've been seeing and what other people have been, showing on Twitter and on Facebook, Ray has been showing out this training camp. So I don't know. And Mucho, yeah, I'm rooting for him too. I don't want him to, like look, let me get this straight. I don't want anybody to lose their job, but this is this is going to be one of the toughest, training camps that we have had in a long time. Like we have some tough decisions like coming up. So as much as I'm rooting for him, he might be the odd man out. We don't know. Has he like we have to ask ourselves, has he done enough to keep that spot? Whether that that's on the offense or special teams, we don't know. Let's see. And in Pittsburgh, Ray and James were both good. Hell, I think James had 700 700 season. It's just that Pittsburgh brought in other receivers and pushed them two out. But both play football. It's easy to show off and practice running skill. Come on, bro. Don't do that about whatever, bro. Come on. I look. This is just me. This is how look. I'm keeping Ray. He's proven. He's already proven. Like, and will it translate to real games though, bro? We've seen it translate to real games. He's he's proven that with San Fran. So I'm gonna trust, the film that I have watched on him in the past. I'm gonna trust him. You know, look, I'm just saying, bro. Like I understand what what your point is. I'm not saying it's wrong, but we have to look at all aspects of it. We can't just even TQ Graham been balling, says coach, or is he just promoting players? Mucho, bro. He he could be just promoting players. We don't know. But what I do know is that players like Braylon Trice has been showing out. I mean, look, I'm waiting until we start having those joint practices in Miami. I think next week. That's going to start showing, who's really, you know, standing out in practice, or is it just, just for show, kicks and giggles, like uh, like my brothers would say. We don't know. We will have to see. Let's see. Pittsburgh drafts wide receiver really well, man. They had AB coming off the bench, Wallace, Sanders, and a beastie ass motherfuckers too. Yeah, but who is better coach, Shannon shit or Morris? That ain't been seen yet. Wallace was fast but couldn't catch a damn cold and started over AB. Sanders was a real problem, especially when he got traded to Denver. Y'all remember how physical them practices was last year? The Dolphins, the NFL wanted to see that again. LOL. Yes, Southside, I agree. That it was grueling last year. Like more than a handful of fights broke out at them joint practices last year. And I love to see that, bro. I love seeing that physicality, that passion, that bring that. Bring it all, bro. I love it. I want to see you get that amped up because that shows me that you still got it. That it factor that people talk about, that shows me that you still got it. No, it's Ike Hilliard, the two. Yeah, yes, Miss PJ. James Washington is one of them. Really, mucho. That's what we're doing. Yeah, Raheem did say that Big Eddie was looking pretty good. Um, but I'm still I'm still cautious about that. Um, and Frank Bibbs, yes, yes, sir. I did like the wide receiver shining. It's under, you know, under the radar. Yeah, about if Ray show out and joint practices, then I'd give him a 1 year deal. Um, hold on. About whatever. Uh, we already got him on the 2 year deal, so we wouldn't really need to do that. So he's here to stay for at least this year. Um, and I'm paying AJ 17 to 20 and betting on us all the way. The key factor is coaching and Kirk. If they solid, we should be straight. We should be straight, but I mean, I'm betting on us too. Don't get me wrong, but we have to get more turnovers. That's imperative. Like we last year, we shown we can. We pressured the quarterback. We got we increased our getting sacks last year, but we're gonna need to increase getting more pressure and increasing getting turnovers as well as sacks, so we can become one of those an elite defense. Let's see, Mr. PJ, I will my be in Miami for both joint practices, preseason games. I can't wait to spill the tea on what they did. Miss PJ, I will be, looking forward to your breakdowns on, and what you post on, on there, on Twitter, on Facebook, all of it. I can't wait because, you know, I can't. I'm not gonna be there, but I want to see, what they really do against other competition. Not just us. Bro, we deep in on the DL. Hey, bro, for real, we got hella. Look, bro, we got talent everywhere. It's hidden talent, and it's gonna be tough. Hey, Miss Christie, how you doing? Hey, look, it's okay. Like it's a impromptu show. Like Sam has been having some technical difficulties, so it's just me up here. Look, we're good. As long as you made it, that's all that matters. How you feel about Landman having the dot? Hey, bro, like he's shown that he can be that, that middle linebacker last year, with that dot on his helmet. He can be that quarterback of the defense, especially their front seven. He's shown it. And with Caden Ellis potentially, you know, being, going to the outside linebacker maybe. And look who done snuck in the goddamn door.
All I heard was linebacker, and I got excited.
What's going on, bro?
Right, shit, ain't nothing. How you feel about Lamb and having? That's not surprising. He's a traditional linebacker. Like if you look at his college career, like he's a very productive college linebacker. So all this is not surprising. I think everybody that got so like with these college guys, they get so caught up in their athletics and their combine numbers, they forget that these guys are actually very good football players. And now you see Nate Landman, he's showing you that he's a valuable player. So like now with Caden Ellis, I think this would be his last year, maybe next year. But him and David Onyemata contract, they only signed. If I can find a way to get out of their contract, well, I didn't find a way, but they can if they wanted to get out of a contract in the last year of it or restructure. So you possibly could be losing Caden Ellis and David Onyemata by next season, I believe, or you'll have them for one more year. But like that's
Yeah,
why they drafted David JD Bertrand. They drafted him and Nate Landman, he got to figure out whether or not he gonna be a man. I hate this man with this loud ass truck. Like he always come around with this loud ass damn truck. But yeah, like Nate Landman, he potentially has to be a free agent himself. So Falcon got some decision, man. It looks like they like him.
yeah, yeah.
Hey, Auntie Pam, how you doing, babe?
He signed a 3-year contract last year.
Christy,
Yeah,
you say it was a 3 year
3.
contract.
Yeah,
Okay,
3 years.
so he been here 2 years. So next year, like I
Next
said,
year.
it could be both of them signed kind of the same deal on your model and Caden. So it's like we'll see, man.
Yep. I think I
So
think they signed the same contract.
wait,
Yeah,
Nate
yeah,
Landman was a lot
yeah.
of boys. It wasn't necessarily injuries. Like linebackers are gonna have injuries anyway. Like they linebackers. They used to playing physical. Like the thing with him, it was the lack of athleticism. I look, trust me, I do extensive homework on Falcons players, and it wasn't the because like guys like linebackers always tend to have like neck issues going to college and coming into the NFL. That's kind of what happened to what the linebacker. Good God, the tip of my tongue. Panthers linebacker they ended up retiring early. Dang it.
Thomas Davis.
No. Him too. He came in. Tell me, it's funny you say that because that like he actually had a neck injury in college, but that's kind of how he dropped a little bit. But he was his
Yeah,
athleticism. Obviously, he was crazy athletic. Um, because I think he was actually
Luke
a
Kuechly.
safety. And he came in as a
Yeah,
safety, and they moved him to linebacker. Luke Kuechly, that's who it is.
Luke Kuechly.
Yeah,
Lakers
Luke Kuechly.
outside.
Yeah, so it's like a lot of these linebackers come in with like neck injuries, shoulder injuries, and stuff like that because that's a physically demanding position anyway. So they don't look at linebackers the way that we look at linebackers for players with injuries and whatnot. Because those defensive players, they're gonna have that physical toll on them. So like
Right.
I like that wasn't it, but like I said, a lot of people just look at Nate. He wasn't crazy athletic, and they was like, nah, we not trying to hit. We not gonna draft you based on that. And Atlanta Falcons, Dean Pease found them. Like everybody
Yep.
keep talking about,
Yep.
like Dean Pease built the foundation for this Atlanta Falcons defense that we see right now.
Yep. Diamond in the rough. Found them.
Yeah, since it's about a y'all about an hour or so, you ain't got anything else?
No, I was just going off of what they was saying in the chat.
Okay,
So
so
yeah.
uh, I actually got a video coming out. I don't know if y'all talk about Amara St. James, St. James. Well, I always want to say St. James, St. Brown. He was talking about the
Hmm.
Falcons fan being one of the worst fan bases in the league, and I actually talked about that. We talk about that in the chat, and we already say we have the worst fan base.
Yep.
We have the absolute worst fan base.
You know what? That's funny, Mike, because I've alluded to that on the show a couple
hmm
times. So
hmm So
it's
I
funny that you
got
say
that
that.
video coming. I got that video coming after we finish this show. So about whatever y'all. Um, as a matter of fact, I gotta y'all just made me remind me of something. I gotta talk to K Style because we might be making an appearance on somebody else's show about 7 o'clock if K Styles ain't sleep. So uh yeah, yeah. And we may have uh an interesting show coming was it this Wednesday or next Wednesday? Maybe this Wednesday. I think it's next Wednesday. But we may have an interesting crew, and this might be an in your face episode. Um, it could get a little testy. Could get a little testy with this show because we like certain questions. We like to
Hmm.
be forthright, and you know just ask people. You know what's truly behind their motives and things of that nature. So yeah, we gonna have we gonna have a good show come on. But like I said, and
Go, go ahead and say it right, Mike. We like to push the goddamn button over here.
we
We don't
look. I
we
don't.
don't beat around the bush over here.
What I guess that's the right term. I guess that's the right term to push the buttons. We maybe we will push a few buttons. I mean, I don't necessarily like to push buttons, but I like to ask questions.
And that does
But
push buttons.
so we got that. I got that. Like I said, I got my opinion. The video is about 23 minutes long. So I'm a premiere it right after we get off this show. So like I said, man, head over to Mad Mike Sports. Um, and I will have that in about 10 minutes or so. But like I said, maybe head over to another person's channel. He got a live. He invited me over there. I'm gonna see what K Styles got going on, and we'll head over there for a few minutes and chat with some Falcons fans. So with that being said, man, this has been your boy Mad Mike, Big Ant. I'm not going to attempt to say what Sam said because I honestly I fucking forgot what his end call is. So I'm gonna just tell you all I remember is keep it straight, keep it A, and be real with yourself. Did I say it right? Did I say
Yeah,
it right?
yeah. You
That's
felt
it.
you felt
Okay.
right. Yeah,
Shit.
yeah.
I got it. Goddamn. I'm smarter than I thought I was. Goddamn. I'm not. I ain't Forrest Gump. All
So
right.
you are smarter than a fifth grader. Huh?
Hey, Chrissy. Like I said, man. Like I said, hey, man. Hey, it's about whatever. It's all good, baby. But like I said, got that video. Just don't push the record.
Right.
Look. We don't like to do that too much. Not too much.
Every
But
once in
like
a
I said,
while.
every once in a while, just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit.
Just a tad bit.
All right. So with that being said, man, appreciate everybody for joining us. We about to head out because I'm hungry and I got to put this
Hmm.
video up. So peace.
Peace.